Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we take a look at two new screenshots for Dark Deception Chapter 4. These teasers for the upcoming chapter of the spooky maze runner horror game from Glowstick Entertainment were tweeted out on the official Dark Deception Twitter account. They act as comparison shots, showcasing just how far the game has come visually over the last year. It's no secret that Dark Deception Chapter 4 has endured a bit of a rocky development history, taking far longer than the originally planned launch in late 2019. But when we look at these two new images, and indeed the other teasers released earlier in the year, it's fairly obvious why development has taken nearly 2 years for this one single chapter. It looks stunning, far and beyond the visuals we have seen in the prior 3 installments. Glowstick are a very small team of just 3 full-time employees, so work to this standard is going to take a long time, in addition to the promise of Chapter 4 being by far the biggest and most ambitious from a design standpoint too. With 3 creepy new portals to explore, each split into a number of different zones. That said, let's take a look at these 2 new screenshots and compare them to the old ones included in those tweets. I'll also touch on any story or gameplay elements of note while doing so. The first screenshot showcases an area which looks highly inspired by the environments one might expect to see from classic sci-fi movies such as Alien. It looks like the hull of a spaceship or something along those lines, but rather this is a secret factory situated deep below amusement park Joy-Joy-Land. This seems to be the production area, where the creepy animatronics also pictured are assembled and disposed of. The environment is highly atmospheric, bright lights highlighting areas where darkened hallways meet, while steam and smoke seeps from vents along the ceiling. However, the most impressive aspect of this screenshot, to me at least, is the lighting, which, as we can see, even bounces realistically off the shoulders of Lucky the Rabbit as he charges the player. Conversely, Hangry the Pig is shrouded in shadow a little further back. We know from past interviews with Dark Deception creator Vince Livings that Lucky is a speed class, faster than the player themselves, while Hangry is a power class, far slower but able to break down doors and walls with his brute force, creating shortcuts for himself across the map. When we compare the screenshot uploaded last year, the steep increase in visual fidelity is easy to spot. What is more interesting are the potential story elements we uncover during this comparison. Look at Lucky's eyes in the older shot. The eyeballs are missing, revealing his glowing endoskeletal eye sockets beneath. This is Lucky's frenzy mode, suggesting that this transformation occurs during the final segment of the Joy-Joy Gang stage, as we rush for the escape portal. Enemies always enter frenzy mode state after the ring altar piece is collected in a desperate last-ditch effort to stop Doug. So it seems the objective of the Joy-Joy-Land stage is to enter the park and then descend all the way into the heart of a production factory below, meeting more and more animatronic terrors along the way before facing off against the mysterious but often teased boss, Joy-Kill. Another indicator that this older screenshot was taken during the finale of the stage can be seen when we look to the lighting and walls. See how the steam pipes now glow red. This is because the factory is set to blow, an event in the level triggering a self-destruct sequence. This information comes from an audio track titled Closing Time, which acts as a climactic musical piece for this particular portal. Take a listen.
Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Repeat, self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Repeat, self-destruct sequence has been initiated.
It is unknown at this time who triggers this self-destruct, but my guess would be Malak in a desperate bid to seal Doug's fate and stop Beerus from obtaining control over his demonic powers. The second screenshot gives us a glimpse of a portal's opening environment, situated within the cobbled streets of Joy-Joy-Land. Time of day for this stage seems to be early evening, with street lamps illuminating the dimly lit surroundings. The architecture of the buildings found within Joy-Joyland seems Eastern European, similar especially to those found in the rural villages of Hungary. Interesting to note, as Victor, the man who helped Beers summon Malak, was said to originate from this area.
There was someone new at the party last night. A dark, handsome man with a strange accent. I took him for a European, maybe one of Lugosi's Hungarian friends. I finally learned his name. Victor.
Another clue that these portals were originally intended for Beers as much as they were for Doug, and potentially connect Victor to Malak in troubling ways. There'll be time for in-depth theory talk when Chapter 4 releases. For now, let's just keep this information in mind. Again, visually the environment looks striking, but what information can we garner from analysing it? The most obvious pieces of information come when looking at the shards and red light to the right of the image. These shards tell us that this is indeed Zone 1 and not our trip back through the park on the way to the escape portal. So this is how Joy-Joyland looks when we first enter the stage. The red light seems to be projecting from a security camera. We know this as in footage included in the Joy-Joy mascot music videos, we saw these cameras in action. It looks like cameras will be one of the first major hazards found in the Joy-Joy stage, so it's a good thing one of the new powers is said to be invisibility. I suspect the animatronics are all wired into these cameras and instantly notified of our location upon detection. Now when we compare this shot to the one from last year, we see an even bigger difference than before. Originally this stage seemed to take place in the day, with everything shrouded in a thick mist, so why the big alteration? Well, one idea I've been considering is that this original look is still in the game, but rather it takes place at the end of the stage after the factory below has self-destructed. In a teaser trailer released earlier this year, we see Joy-Joyland covered in a thick fog, a nearby building in ruin. So it seems possible that we escape the detonation and then must navigate our way back through Joy-Joyland, which now lies in partial ruin and is consumed by a thick fog-like smoke from the blast. A bunch of Lucky the Rabbit clones still populating the area and seeking to hunt down Doug. Or, you know, things just got a visual overhaul and I'm way overthinking this. Either way, that brings us to the end of this analysis and a look at 2 brand new screenshots for Dark Deception Chapter 4. There is more news to share too. Apparently the earlier 3 chapters are all also receiving a free visual upgrade, with Glowstick Entertainment remastering them to look more in line with the insane visuals of Chapter 4. There is even discussion of adding in boss encounters to the first 3 portals too, and if that happens we'll of course revisit those stages to experience all of these exciting new features. But for now it's time to wrap up today's video, so if you did enjoy it remember to leave me a like, comment down below and of course subscribe for more horror related content. Thanks for watching and I will see you on the next video.